was just thinking about this test. Is it relevant? Why? What make it relevant? On the physical, I don't know. On the physical, I ain't got a clue on what y'all got going on outside of this. I know y'all can't see me anyway. I'm invisible. I blocked everything too, cause I appreciate y'all's support, but I gotta do this alone. It's like prison. You prisoners know what I'm talking about. I gotta do this alone. But so the test was like I don't know exactly my purpose in here, but I do know enough to help guide with it. But I'm gonna tell y'all, it's part of a sacrifice. It's part of people who sacrifice you. It's part of people who bind it themselves to you. If somebody destiny swap with you and you're a male, they probably bind it themselves with you. And they done this when you was a child, probably. So I learned in this test, I've been trying to figure out how to alleviate exotic men, seeing that everybody, let's just say ribbon is the same size. So what is the problem? Well, the problem is the tension. You got the base and you got the wall. So I figured this out. When I figured this out, I didn't even care about that test no more. Be real with y'all. I knew it was magic involved. And I knew there's something more sinister with that test and that I might not want to say right now. It's like a ritual for somebody. They forcefully make you do it. You can't force nobody to do ritual. Somebody out there trying to trick people into losing their soul, you can't do that. You may can manipulate them, but I don't think you're supposed to be able to trick them. But you know, I don't know. I was just looking in the Bible. Kings, 1 Kings 20, 1 Kings 21, verse 20. That's like the first person who sold their soul. And he did it because of Jezebel. His wife was named Jezebel. And she made him do something crazy. So we can go back to that, you know. I say go back to Adam and Eve, though. I say go back to Eve, making that deal with that snake. But that snake could have easily been a man. Adam probably was an exotic. That snake probably would display. Shit, I don't know. That probably wasn't a problem back then, though. But it don't. I just be thinking too much. This mind, tell you the truth, boy. That's why I don't like y'all little games. I love my mind. I love my body. I love who I am. Don't nobody love me for who I am. I don't need them. You know what I'm saying? Even though people done magic on me and basically mutilated my body, I still love me for me. And can't nobody else love me for me. I don't need them. That's why God chose me to do this, because I've been alone my whole life. I'm comfortable being alone. This ain't like my man in that teaching. Don't say you alone. I don't say I'm telling you I'm alone. Because I've been alone. I was a sacrificial baby. And I had to get used to being alone. Ain't nothing wrong with being alone. I talk like being alone. It's okay. It's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with it. The way I say it in my heart, God go by your heart off that stuff. The universe do too. They get what I'm talking about. I'm not alone. I got God. I got my ancestors. I ain't alone. I'm gonna be real with you. I done been alone for so long. Let's say I got God in a certain way in this situation. I got God in a certain way in this situation. I got God a certain way in this situation where I can really reach out. I be pausing sometimes, be thinking about how they swapping my stuff up, probably swapping it up with Joshua, Matthew, now. All y'all, man. And y'all contaminating energy and going on. But, who cares? They letting you do it, It is what it is. And I be pausing because I be thinking about the harm a lie like that could do to the whole world. But it's all good. God got it. But, like, I got God in a different way. I got like a proton, electronic proton. They just say that. Or mechanical proton. And it's like I can do things. I can see God in it. And it's like when people start coming into my life, that kind of fades away. So it's like when I say I'm alone, now you get it. Like I'm really saying, like, if somebody come into my life, then that energy, that connection to that degree is gonna descend. So I'm gonna lose something when I get something, basically. That's the way energy works. But not meaning I ain't got God. This is way more different than the way y'all got God. This ain't no facade. This ain't like all y'all who stole. See, all y'all stealing my idea, but I didn't steal my idea. So I would have had to have God to get them kind of ideas. But anyway, so I figured out the base and the wall of it in that test. And I figured out it was a binding spell, basically. And somebody used a tension on you. And that tension, you can feel the tension. The tension is that wall and that base. That base gonna come down. No, the wall gonna go up. And I think that base is gonna go up. And when it does that, it's gonna bring tension. And it's gonna cut off that blood circulation to your ribbon. And that's gonna cause it to, that's why they say them Creoles can make your stuff look like a vein and wiener. That's what they talking about. That's how they doing it, through magic like that. But the problem is I don't think they can reverse it when they do it. I think the only thing that can reverse it is death. And whoever put this kind of magic on you probably was a parent or an uncle or auntie, if not all of them. And they utilized some of the main thing was to utilize some of your youthfulness. Now, to help that, I'm trying to help all exotic men to see if this applies to you. It might be a possibility. I can't try it because I ain't got the speakers and stuff. I tried it, but it took me so long to do it, and it worked. But it took me so long to get where I need to get to. I just said I just need, because you got to feel the drums. So what you going to have to do if you want to see if somebody put magic on you, because I'm trying, since they can't reverse it, but they can put it, it's like a group of y'all girls. It's a group of people online, social media. I know, G, you swap my stuff around because you scared. Y'all did all this stuff. But anyway, it's a group of people online. Y'all playing with this kind of magic. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself and getting paid off people humiliation. That's why we coming for you. It's like y'all sacrificed a deaf god. So how far you think you going? One thing that my father loved to say, and I'm finna start saying it a lot more. You can run, but you can't hide. Cause them chains got y'all. Them chains got y'all. But anyway, I can feel y'all on this body. Them chains. My flame can do it too. but she probably don't care about him because she already got you. But anyway, it's like y'all was geniuses. Y'all the one came to purgatory, thought you could sacrifice. What it was, you came to a rural area. You didn't know how important a rural area was. Now these groups consist of spiritualists, religious folks, and car readers. Y'all work together in a unity to do this stuff to people. And all y'all was going in a line, I'm telling y'all, just like in the street. Just like, I like to use the movie Set It Off. If they would have stopped at that last robbery and left, before they did the robbery before the last robbery, and just left, they'd been straight. With that kind of money back then, they'd been all right. They wanted that one more lick. Cause Tifa had, she's spinning like a big dog. she got the 6'4" or the 6'3". I love a 6'3", I ain't gonna lie. I had 6'3". Couldn't afford it though. 6'4" dope, but I like the 6'3". The 6'3" dope to me. But anyway, so what it is, what I figured out is that it's a base, and it's tension right there. It's just tension. And when I figured it out, I stopped caring about that. I realized, like, man, hell with that, you know. And what it is that it's I'm taking y'all jokes away. I'm finna break this down to where people ain't gonna even want to be interested in nothing like this no more. Because you know how many exotic men are in the world, and this probably has been done to them as a child. They probably were royalty or something. They probably was royalty. I got one though, y'all. They probably were royalty or something. And you know, I am in the country, so. And they sacrificed them as a child. They probably choose a child out of each royalty family to sacrifice. So hell, I don't know. I really don't. It's irrelevant. So what I figured out was, if you want to see if this is true, if you want to see if what I say is true, so what they do is they take your forest from you somehow internally. They take your sack and they take your tool, and they can give it to somebody, or they can pass it to somebody. It's probably whoever they bind you with, possibly. So that person always got, you know what I'm saying, he's straight, but you always got like somebody pulling on you. It's because of whoever they bind. They get you, they ain't doing it for, they're not doing this for that though. They're doing it for the youthfulness. That's what I realized in that test. I realized people start getting sick and ill, but I could be wrong. That could be biased. I realized people not really getting sick and ill, but start living in their own time zone when I stopped doing that test. I heard somebody say something to my grandma that didn't make no sense. And they were so for sure about it. They were like, you ain't got, my grandma about 100 years old. They were like, you ain't got to die. And she said, I'm ready to go. But you ain't got to die though. So that's probably what they be doing. Something like that. You got to keep doing that test. I ain't doing it. They'll try to manipulate it through the flame and get her to do all kind of weirdo stuff. And she foolish enough to do it. She probably just be trying to play with me and play with my energy, because she doing her job, man. She the dark version of me. And she just want to see if I'm going to do it. Playing with me. And she ain't killing that. They got to try to make me kill myself. You know what I'm saying? And that'll be the way to do it. I don't know how that works with everybody else though. But I know better because I'm a general. I know better be playing. I don't care nothing about all that. I need a general queen for a general king. A general queen ain't gonna play that game with y'all niggas. And we're gonna get together, we're gonna take everything back from y'all. We're gonna take all that back from y'all. Them tools, all them games y'all playing, we're taking all that. All that gonna become ours. If I had that queen, the right one, then we could have been did that. Me and my ex-wife could have did it, but she was too weak. You gotta have a queen for a king, not a girl. But anyway, so you got this base chakra. We looking at the root chakra here. So they could take what they do, it's a structural plan. They take away your infrastructure. And as you grow up as a child with this tension, you just think, hey, you just different from other men. That ain't what it is at all, actually. Maybe, because this might not apply to everybody. So how you can see this, how can you tell this? Okay. Let's say you know how men exercise, you know how men get when certain men do steroids, everything you do cold, you do any upper drug, everything your forest tension up. Well, you ain't gotta do drugs for you to be tension up. When you are like that, go listen to some ancient drums, meditation drums, with them Benadryl, I can't even say that word. I can never say it, binaural speakers. And meditate, get your kundalini up and get it to your root chakra and relax your root chakra. And you're gonna feel the tension relax in your base. And then your base gonna drop. Your base is gonna be where your sack is. When that base drop, your sack gonna drop. And then your that's why we gotta stop the people from doing this kind of magic, period. They need to be in a small pyramid. But you gotta that base will drop and it's gonna relax that sack. Cause they so goofy. When they do it, they helping people do it. I think you gotta continue to do the magic or something like that. I don't know how that go, boy. I don't do magic on folks. I try to heal people. You know, I don't kill people. But anyway, when you relax that tension, so somebody that say you got a magic muscle tension in the back of this base. So you relax and the drums, it goes by a beat down there. It's a certain beat line. That's like when I use the twin float, it's something about me and her beat line ain't lining up good, or she doing something. And that's why when I'm dealing with her, it's always a lot of tension. And I know this stuff, but cause it's a beat line down there. So when you feel these drums, that thing goes off. That's why the doctor knew this. They knew this. That's why they ain't try to fix it. The doctor knew they couldn't fix it. You can't fix it. And if you try to do surgery down there, it'll be the worst. It'll be the worst surgery you ever had in your life, probably. Because everything down there adjusts all the time like the universe. So, you want to relax it with that you get the bass. I can't do it because you got to have these speakers and all that. And them speakers I got ain't going to. I got to have something good. You got to have some good drums. You got to have some. And they don't need to be too loud, of course. But you just need to feel that woof. You know what I'm saying? That ohm inside of that bass. And you want to meditate. You want to get your kundalini up. If you can get your kundalini up to where it's messing with your head, you can move your kundalini around your whole body. I use it to heal my body. I don't even know if y'all started doing that. Like, let's say my mouth crooked. When you doing the kundalini, you know what I'm saying? I put it in my mouth and I fix my mouth. You know, so I use it to heal. So you can put it in your chakra, down there in your root chakra, and you can feel And you put it back there where that tension at, and you relax that tension. And when you relax that tension, it's gonna drop that base chakra. I mean, it's gonna drop the base in that root chakra. And then I tried it. I can't do it with the stuff I got. It take too long. But after you drop that base, you're gonna feel this wall go up. And then you're gonna feel your stuff start to relax. And that's how I knew it was magic. It ain't gonna last long though. It ain't gonna last long because whoever doing the magic on you got you binded to somebody in their family. And somehow they can move this binding. They can share this somehow. Like, this ain't legit. This ain't real. But let's just say I got family members. And let's say Madio and Joshua sharing it. Or Madio, Joshua, and Jaden sharing it. Somehow they can share this. Madio, Joshua, Jaden, Blue. This is not relevant now. Blue, Tristan, Bird, sharing it. Somehow, I don't know how they do all that. They just knew something that I didn't know about myself. But see, I was looking for something when that flame came here. She knew I was looking for it. And she stole it, I think. And she got my daddy to get it for her. I didn't know she was doing what she was doing when I went to jail. And ever since then, this chaos started. I think she told my daddy what it was. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But even if I am wrong, my flame and my auntie, y'all too. When it comes down to that part of me, that's got something to do with y'all right there. So now let's go to this house. I don't care. I forgive y'all, but God will be done. So let's go to this house, okay? All right. They want to joke about it and well, you will lose your soul. Somehow you lose your soul doing these rituals. Thank you, Casper. Well, that might not have been Casper. Somehow you lose your soul doing these rituals. Because it's just like in the Bible, in the Old Testament, they say you honoring other gods. We don't get that part. They don't explain that. The thing is, how do you honor other gods? Probably through rituals. Anybody got anything to do with it, not just the person doing it, but the people who manipulating the person to do it, the people who watching the person do it, is guilty. If not more guilty than the person doing it, because the person being manipulated to do it. So when I realized I'm giving you to everybody happy, yeah, happy, yeah. Especially that little group Rose. Now I can say y'all name now since I'm invisible. That little Rose line group and y'all, everybody, yeah, do Ted, yeah. Well, the thing is it does though. The thing is it does. You know, I don't know if you young ladies know it, but you could lose your soul in that Ted. And when it comes to me, I done lived my life a bunch of times in this one lifetime. I don't need my sex part that bad. I'm only gonna go get it because God want it. You know what I'm saying? I want my soul. My soul belong to God. That's what I'm trying to say. My soul belong to God. But if God want, I can get it though. Because y'all don't know who y'all did this to. Y'all ain't got a clue on who y'all been playing with. But y'all didn't do it now. Don't let me get it twisted now. The role line, you just participated. This was done to me when I was a child. I don't know them girls. I just met them girls. They were just goofing out playing. But, uh, um, they ain't got nothing to do with the stuff. I just feel like y'all be on the other side in the stadium watching. But hell, everybody probably be watching. So don't bother them girls. Them girls belong to me. Leave them girls alone. They straight. They ain't none of them did nothing that bad. Bushy brown, no, ain't none of them really did nothing that bad. Whatever was done to me when I was a child. I don't know them girls. I just met them girls in 2020. I don't know none of them. I don't know none of them. I just know we part of the same family tree. That's it. I don't know none of them girls though. I just know there's a lot of people in these stadiums and I can feel their energy because they part of my tree. And I can feel the twin energy because she part of my tree. And I know y'all watching in these stadiums. So they ain't doing magic, none of that. They know everything though. They know about everything. Let's just say that. So don't bother them, girl. They belong to me. They my sisters. You can say that. Just leave them alone. They just goofy and they young. But I want God will to be done. But uh, but yeah. So that's how it worked. Like I said, this happened to me when I was a child. This is old ancient magic right here. This happened to me when I was a child. Somebody did this to me when I was young, real young. Um, it's just like for me, if you can watch it be done to somebody, you could do something to help somebody. You know, our tree is warrior angels. We don't move that way. We help people. We fight the bad guys that other bad guys scared to fight. So let me just put it that way. We don't work for mountains. We work against mountains. And we don't fight against them. We protect those who are bullied by them. You can work for them if you want to though. But they gotta respect your rank and they gotta respect who you are. They can't make you. We got a child guy, we're gonna torture them though. You wanna we'll pay you a couple dollars, you wanna do it. You're supposed to say no to that. You gotta, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. You gotta know that's when that kick in right there. You know you're a warrior and you kicking and y'all in the same group organization. They say, hey man, we got this angel here, we torturing him to death. You wanna participate? We'll pay you $50,000, $150,000. You're supposed to immediately say, you better get out my face. That's how you supposed to talk to people like that. Because immediately that's a demon. That's an automatic demon right there. Anybody that's gonna come up to you and say, we're gonna torture the light of God is all acting on demon time. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Y'all, I see now y'all gotta learn how to be real. Cause you might as well, cause you keep coming to these streets having sex with folks and partying with them and doing drugs with them. You keep coming to these streets where you didn't know how to survive in the street. You can't this ain't no movie. That's the problem. Everybody think these shit like movies. This ain't like no movie. And the most successful person in the street is the one that had to deal with the street and be in the street and never had to, and then constantly get shot up and get in prisons. The goal is not to be shot up, and the goal is not to go to prison. And if you do go to prison, get out and never go back to prison. That's the goal. Not this is nobody in prison. I'm just saying, y'all get a lot of love. Y'all get a lot more love than you need to get because the goal is not to go to prison. So I ain't dissing you. Even if I was in there, I would want somebody to tell this to the people. Because you don't want to, ain't that what you telling folk? Don't come in here, young blood. You don't want to come in here. If you're serious about what you're saying, then you understand what I'm saying. The goal is not to go to prison. The goal is not to get shot at. Or not to get shot up. That's it, though. That's it, y'all. I'm working on that. And after I learned all that, I just got out of there. Cause I knew it was a joke, some kind of TV show. Cause somebody, whoever actually did it can probably make it right. But they too far in the rabbit hole now. They're scared. Someone shaking probably. What was I do? Oh no, I was just saying. No, that wasn't funny. But So that's what it is. I'm trying to make sure I cleared everything. Go test it though. Get you a speaker, drum, put it on, and get your kundalini up. Instead of just doing y'all get to the kundalini and you start trying to manifest bad stuff for the person who taught it to you. So lame. Y'all ain't gonna lie now. Some of y'all lame, bro. You might be part of my trio, whatever. A lot of y'all lame though. But anyway, you get your kundalini up and you get it to your root chakra. And when you get it to your root chakra, just meditate on it as the speakers go in, because it's a beat line going down there. It's a bass line down there. And it's going to vibrate itself loose, basically. The tension going to release, and you're going to feel yourself loosening up. It works. It'll just take a long time, but it works. It ain't going to last. It's going to last long enough to let you know somebody playing with you. See, I'm the one that had to do this, because I'm the one that ain't scared of humiliation. I can thrive off humiliation if I wanted to. And I'm the one putting these people on blast. I'm telling you, I think y'all sacrifice a deaf God. And then y'all out there playing games with somebody crazy. Y'all crazy. Y'all don't know the energy. Y'all think this is a joke. Even my tree think it's a joke, but y'all still an idea that's not out yet. So obviously these ideas that came from God. These ain't ideas, it's the truth. Everybody vessel, if not everybody in the world vessel, belong to a higher source. We know it's all God, yeah, but they belong. This is when the Christians gotta move over. This Christian, I love y'all, but this part y'all ain't gonna like. So just sit over there. Sit over there until you ain't gonna like this part. Everybody vessels belong to somebody. One of y'all vessels might belong to Kanun. One of y'all vessels might belong to Shiva. One of y'all vessels might belong to, not Shiva, yeah, Shiva. One of y'all vessels might belong to, this is just an idea. Don't take this solid or nothing like that. One of y'all vessels might belong to Jesus. One of y'all vessels might belong to Michael. One of y'all vessels might belong to Abigail. Like, the twin is Abigail. I don't even know if she know that. One of y'all vessels might belong to Gabriel. One of y'all vessels might belong to this person. One of y'all vessels might belong to that person. So let's say the twin want to find out if her vessel belonged to Abigail. Watch this. I'm finna bring the spiritual to the physical, and y'all gonna be like, watch this. Watch this. I don't know though. I don't know. But all right, let's say she go look this up. She hear what I'm saying, and let's say she go look up the Abigail angel. I think it's an angel named Abigail. The Abigail angel. What is the Abigail angel? What did she like to do? How was she like? What was her traits and stuff like that? And they probably gonna fit her character. Just like that. That simple. It's that simple. That'll take you way back. So it's like 8 billion people out here. It really ain't but like 8 million people out here, probably. If that meant 500,000. Just rest of them copies. And you're supposed to be doing what you were put here to do. That's why it's so many. If more people start doing what they were built to do here, doing their purpose that God got them here, that count that keep on multiplying will start coming down. Because it's almost like God, I don't know why God would do it. I can't speak for my father, but I'm saying it's almost like, and I'm giving an example, it's almost like God, like, man, you ain't doing it, so I'm going to have to recreate you over here, recreate you over here, recreate you over here. And even though it's tens of thousands of y'all still ain't getting on your purpose yet. So if you start doing it, you can just guess. If you start doing that and people start going back with their twins and flames and actually get married to their twins and flames, you can almost scientifically correctly guess that the numbers of the population of the world would dramatically decrease in the next 10 years. That fast, probably. If not 10, 20 years. It'll be a decrease in man head count probably. Maybe. Maybe. Because it's just the science is there. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be happy with who you with. So that's it, y'all.